Welcome to Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master. I'm Scott Jordan. 10,677 on hand at the PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh to see this lineup with Arena Championship Series East. First competition of the day is racing. Earthshaker, Scooby-Doo, Zombie, Stonecrusher, Megalodon, Toro Loco, and Jurassic Attack versus Gravedigger is the round one bracket. And up first in the racing competition out of Denair, California, is Hunter Souza going head-to-head with the 2019 World Finals Freestyle champion Linsey Read in Scooby-Doo. First matchup of the night, winner of this competition gets the first 8 points and takes the driver's seat in the event championship round in round Chicago-style racing. And Hunter Souza giving Linsey Read everything he's got. Final push, and it is Linsey Read and Scooby-Doo taking the win, and she will advance to the semifinals. Next up, Monster Trucks Unlimited teammates Chad Tingler and Zombie going up against Frank Krimmel and Stonecrusher. Frank has 4 career racing wins in Pittsburgh, tied for second all time. And here we go around and across that halfway point. It looks like Stonecrusher out to an advantage, has to go slow. Zombie though goes wide, and Frank Krimmel takes the advantage and takes the win. Stonecrusher advancing to the semis. Next up is the 2019 Speedster Racing World Finals champion Armando Castro Toro Loco up against 2022 Entertainer of the Year Bernard Lyght in Megalodon. And here we go, winner again advances to the semifinal round. El Toro Loco's got to go a little gingerly around the corner, and barely missing the turning box is Megalodon. And Megalodon is going to advance into the semifinal round. Our final round one matchup is the 2022 Monster Jam Co-Rookie of the Year and season points leader Weston Anderson in Gravedigger up against Team Throttle Monsters Dalton Widener in Jurassic Attack. These two have alternated racing wins throughout the season so far. Almost hitting the turn pod is Gravedigger. Jurassic Attack with the lead halfway through final corner. Gravedigger goes tight, gets wobbly, and Dalton Widener, Jurassic Attack will advance to the semifinal round. What a race that was, what a way to finish out this round one bracket. And we go into the semifinals. It'll be Scooby-Doo and Stonecrusher, and then Megalodon against Jurassic Attack. Up first in the semis, Frank Krimmel again coming out in Stonecrusher up against Linsey Read in Scooby-Doo. And here we go, Stonecrusher a little slower off the line, but this is a quarter track. You got to win in these turns, as it is that Chicago-style roundy round racing. And Frank Krimmel, another clean pass for him. Linsey Read tried to accelerate, it was not enough, too little, too late, and Frank Krimmel moves on in Stonecrusher. Our final matchup in the semis, Jurassic Attack's Dalton Widener up against Megalodon's Bernard Lyght. Winner moves up to the pod to beat Stonecrusher in the final round. Here we go, racing in Pittsburgh. 3 wheels from Jurassic Attack. Megalodon stays on all 4 BKT tires, but it is Jurassic Attack with a come-from-behind win. Dalton Widener takes the win, and he will advance to the final round. There it is, your finals are set. Frank Krimmel and Stonecrusher, Dalton Widener in Jurassic Attack. 8 points up for grabs, and the racing win up for grabs as well. As we go back down to the track, it's going to be the veteran Frank Krimmel in Stonecrusher. All that Pittsburgh winning history for him as he tries to make it 5 in this arena. And he goes up against Team Throttle Monsters Dalton Widener in Jurassic Attack. Yeah, we have a green light. Stonecrusher a little slow off the line. Jurassic Attack going to try to take advantage, but Jurassic Attack clipping the pod and then knocking and destroying that turning box. That's going to be a penalty. And Frank Krimmel in Stonecrusher gets his 5th racing win of his career in Pittsburgh, moves into sole possession of 2nd place all time in Monster Jam history. Take a look at your BKT overall point standings. Krimmel gets 8, Dalton Widener with 7, Linsey Read 4, Bernard Lyght 4, and the rest of the field gets 2. 3 competitions still remain, and Frank Krimmel out in front. Still more to come as Frank Krimmel has a lead after 1. Up next, it's the Great Clips 2 Wheel Skills Challenge. Can he hang on? Find out next on Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master. Welcome back to Arena in 30 with Arena Championship Series East in Pittsburgh. Next up, it's the Great Clips 2 Wheel Skills Challenge. Each driver gets the opportunity to wow the crowd with a maneuver using only 2 wheels, and they were judged by fans in attendance based on creativity, skill, and execution. Our top 5, Hunter Souza coming in 5th in Earthshaker. That body just absolutely shredded after a few events here in Pittsburgh. He gets a nice moonwalk up on the pod, not quite in that center lane, so brings it back down, recenters the truck, and gets it back up on top. 6.638 for Earthshaker. Coming in for Chad Tingler in Zombie. He slow rolls up on the pond and gets a reverse stop. You're right into a wheelie combo. Great veteran move all the way across. Nearly clears it and sends it back down. Second attempt for Zombie. Comes across down that ramp. Goes right back up on a moonwalk. This time he's going to try to make it all the way back right into another wheelie. And the score for Zombie, 7.194. Next up, Jurassic Attack's Dalton Wider gets a popper up the log stack right into a nose wheelie. Nice veteran move there, edging it out a little bit back into a moonwalk. I say veteran move. This kid not a veteran at all, one of the young superstars, but he is driving like a veteran here on this track today. Sets it back down, goes back after that log stack again, loves this side of the pod, and now there's a big time popper. And now he catches it right in there, shifts gears, heads out into a nose wheelie. He's got that Triceratops nose hanging on by a thread. There's your moonwalk. Watch those rear wheels. If he hits that rear steer toggle, he's gonna crab walk this thing. Sets it down, 8.804. Coming in second, Bernard Lyght in Megalodon. He's had a solid day so far here in Pittsburgh. He goes for a reverse stopping, catches it right into a wheelie, and a nice pop onto the wheelie bar, and right back down into a stoppie, into a moonwalk. Bernard Lyght showing off in this Megalodon truck. That was just the first attempt. He comes back again, goes for a sky wheelie, and sets it right back on that shark fin. Let's leave it there for a second, Bernard. There's your 5-second selfie. If you got that camera right there, 8.908. Crowd loving that move by Bernard Lyght, and then taking the win, Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Comes right out into a stoppie, and then goes out into a nose wheelie. Shades of his dad, Dennis Anderson. Total control of this 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck. Moonwalks it back to the edge. Looks like he might run out of some room. Sets it back down right on that lip. And now he's gonna go right into a nose wheelie again. This is complete control. He's got 20 seconds to keep this truck up there. He does get timed. You don't wanna go over that 20 seconds. Sets it back down. Smart move for the youngster out of Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. He come back for a second one, go across the other side of the track, again into a nose wheelie. Just slow, steady, control pace here. Don't wanna shift it too hard or you will lose control of that truck. And he's got this thing locked in. Again, sets it right into a moonwalk. He's got to watch out for that 8-pack. He is off to the center, off center a little bit on that pod. 9.324 gets it done. And Weston Anderson sweeps the skills competition here in Pittsburgh. And he's going to add 8 points to his total as we check out the BKT overall point standings. So Armando Castro with a transmission swap. He did not compete in that last competition, but Dalton Wider has the lead. Bernard Lyght, Frank Krimmel tied at 11. Dalton Wider has taken the lead with 2 more competitions to go, but can he win it all? Donuts are next, followed by Freestyle. Stick around, more Arena in 30 is on the way. Welcome back to Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master. The third competition here in Pittsburgh is Donuts. Fans in attendance once again scoring based on momentum, execution, and number of revolutions. Let's take a look at our top 3 competitors. Armando Castro gets that transmission into El Toro Loco, and he lays one down. It's got the smoke flying out of that Crazy Bull truck. The back end of that truck centered to the ground. 8.830 is the score, and that gets Armando 3rd place in this competition. Dalton Wider in Jurassic Attack has the overall event lead, trying to add to it right here. He would get second with this solid prehistoric donut. Watch Jurassic Attack. He finds that sweet spot, gets that front wheel up right away. You don't see that very often. Usually the momentum carries, but Dalton just sets it there at 8.942. Gets him into second. Man, he does not like leaving that steering wheel on that truck. Taking the win, Weston Anderson and Gravedigger once again. This is the competition his dad shied in, his sister Kristen. Maybe nobody does it better than her, but Weston definitely tonight would give her a run for her money. There's a steering wheel out of the window. He is just showing off, and 9.332 gets it done. He will take the win with his 3rd donut win of the season. Weston adds 8 more points to his total. That's going to give him 18 on the day, but Dalton Wider remains in the lead with 20 points. Frank Krimmel is in 3rd with 16, and Bernard Lyght in 4 with 12. Well, 3 down and 1 to go in Pittsburgh, and next up is Freestyle. Each driver is going to get 75 seconds to perform their best freestyle run. To get a score, drivers must complete the first 15 seconds. And fans are once again judging and want to see them use every obstacle on this pod. They want to see creativity, technical moves, combinations, and of course a wow moment or 2. And out first, Frank Krimmel having a great day so far in Pittsburgh in Stone Crusher. And Frank, as I mentioned before, has a lot of history in this building. He competed here back in 2013 and 2015 before stepping away. He has never won a freestyle competition here, though, so he would love to change that here in Pittsburgh. And now Stone Crusher all the way across the pod, comes down on the other side, gets some nice air, sets it back down, great landing. Not a lot of room there on the far side of the track, so Frank Rimmel squares it back up, trying to get some wheelie action here. Not much in the air, got to have a little more momentum. Now Stone Crusher chopping away again, coming in with a lot of speed. Does get a slap wheelie combo. Great look at the 8-pack. We'll find out if somebody utilizes that here. Second sticking away on the freestyle run. Some cross-threading action there for Frank Rimmel as he goes across to the right side of the 8-pack. And that'll do it. Take a look at the original super glue. Glued to the action replay. Almost clears the pod, just bounces off of it with a slap wheelie combo. 5.700 is the score to beat for Stone Crusher. Next up, his teammate out of Stewart's Draft, Virginia, is Chad Tigler in Zombie. They are riding for Monster Trucks Unlimited, the team out of Virginia Beach, owned by Steve Sims. Chad Tigler, longtime veteran driver of Monster Jam, made a name for himself driving Gravedigger, now a part of Zombie Nation with Bari Musauer, and I know Chad is loving being a part of Zombie Nation. These fans getting him every bit of support they can. Great wheelie combo there as he came back, trying to center it on top of that ramp. And now Chad running out of room here, had to hit the brakes a little bit, maybe got shut off for a second, but he's back at it, going for a sky wheel. Look at finesse, dragging those back two wheels across that tire stack, gets it all the way across the pod, and right back down. That's making something out of nothing. Again, chopping away. There might be something going on with this zombie truck. We see a lot of smoke coming in. Chad is having some issues getting it going, and that'll do it. 6.865 is the score. That takes the lead as we take a look at the original super glue glued to the action replay with a great combo move. Wheelies it all the way across the pod and then noses it down on the far side ramp. Next up out of Denair, California, here comes Hunter Souza in Earthshaker, and he is riding for Team Throttle Monster. Mentioned a few events happening here in Pittsburgh prior to today's event. That's why that truck looks absolutely shredded. Body piece is gone away. See a great look inside the chassis. And when you watch these Monster Jam drivers drive, you want to watch their hands. Usually it's one hand on the wheel, one hand on the rear steer as they toggle back and forth, trying to maneuver these 12,000-pound trucks. And he's not having any issues right now. Brake check on the end, nearly clears the pod, and the last bit of that Earthshaker body goes flying. And they may have to get that out of the way. That's actually going to do it. 6.955 takes the lead. Take a look at the original super glue glued to the action replay as the body parts shred off of Earthshaker, and Hunter Souza with a great run takes the lead. We are just getting started with freestyle, so stick around. More high-flying action is on the way when Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master, returns. Welcome back to Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master with Arena Championship Series East at the PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh. And next out on the track from Albany, Georgia, the 2022 Monster Jam Entertainer of the Year, Bernard Lyght. And he's in Megalodon, this Megalodon truck. Not looking too bad as the back dorsal fin is gone, but other than that, he's got this thing primed and ready, right into a stoppie. Great awareness of the track, great catch from Bernard Lyght. Debuted in 2017, driving Alien Invasion, competed on Arena Championship Series West in 2022, and he's made 2 World Finals appearances as well. This kid took Monster Jam by storm, and he takes the backflip ramp by storm, riding the wave of momentum, no pun intended. Megalodon not done, backs it up, comes back over the ramp, end over end jump, bounces on the nose of that truck, and Bernard Lyght backflip out of nowhere, and he comes right back with the sky wheelie. He is putting together a heck of a run. I'm impressed with the kid out of Georgia, the former Marvel Universe Live stuntman, throwing one down here tonight in Pittsburgh. Take a look at the original super glue glued to the action replay, and take a look at the score, 9.379. That is more than enough to take the lead. Beautiful backflip there from Megalodon. And here comes a backflip from Bernard Lyght. You knew that wasn't gonna go away. Anytime he has that chance, he's gonna take a backflip in the truck and give you one for himself as well. As we continue on in freestyle, next up it's the current series points leader, Weston Anderson. He comes into freestyle trailing the event leader Dalton Widener by 2. So he needs a big run here to cement himself as the overall event champion. And Weston Anderson now riding that ragged edge. You see this Gravedigger truck just plowing through that 6-sided pod. Doesn't look too pretty after 4 competitions, but Weston Anderson is putting some beautiful artwork on that pod right now as he gets right up over, cross-threading like crazy. Popper into a stoppie right in the middle. Beautiful awareness there for Weston Anderson, and he's got that truck right on the nose of the pod, gets it right down into that little lift section, drops it down, and now he has got the smoke flying out. He is burning that transmission, and he is going to go over, and he's going to make the save. Weston Anderson with the save of the night, and he's not done running this thing into the ground. What a run for Weston Anderson, giving Linsey Read a little hello, how you doing? Well, holy moly, the headlight, one headlight is hanging on and it's gone. Huge sky wheelie right onto the hood. Finally, the run comes to an end, 9.318. How the heck did that not take the lead? Look at the original super glue glued to the action replay. What a run for Weston Anderson. Well, you hate to follow that. Somebody's got to do it, and it might as well be a former World Finals freestyle champion as Linsey Read makes her way onto the track out of El Paso, Texas. Back in the arenas, back in Scooby-Doo after competing on the Stadium Championship Series when Monster Jam made its grand return. She was selected to be one of the drivers to lead the charge, lead Monster Jam back into being a global phenomenon. She carried that flag well, handled that pressure very well, and now she's back in the arenas where she made a name for herself before becoming a World Finals freestyle champion. Linsey Read's first appearance here in Pittsburgh in her career, trying to close the weekend out with a big freestyle win. Right up over the log stack, huge sky wheelie, pogo bounce on the back 2 wheels. Comes right across the center pod, has to go a little to the right to crossfed, ran out of room. And now right up again, trying for the sky wheelie. Little bouncing action for Scooby-Doo. One of the most popular trucks in Monster Jam, one of the most popular drivers in Monster Jam, one of the faces of women's evolution. She's backing up here. She may be going for an 8-pack. Unfortunately, that is all she wrote for Linsey Read. As we take a look at the replay, 7.156. So Megalodon still has the lead with Gravedigger right behind him. But a great run and a solid score there for the former World Finals champion. On the track now, the 2019 World Finals Speedster Racing champion, Armando Castro. He has had a rough night with the transmission issues, got that taken care of, came back to compete in donuts, and now a freestyle win would go a long way to salvaging his night. Came into tonight trailing Weston Anderson in the series points by 60. That is a big margin, even though they do multiple events in a weekend. 60 points is still 60 points. But Armando has had a solid season, goes off a little bit to the left across that pod. And now against some big air, the mouth of El Toro Loco hanging on by a thread. Got to hit the brakes and back it up. Full throttle rhythm there for Armando Castro. Nice floater jump across the pod. And again, comes back on the other side. Now no vision, absolutely zero vision for him when that mouth comes right in front of the windshield. So he is trying to shed it right now. And that thing just hanging on by a thread will not come off. There it goes. Now he's got the vision back. Gets a nice bounce, gets a wheelie combo. Now we can see the track. And we'll see what Armando's got right in front of Zombie, running out of room, running out of time as well. Lining El Toro Loco up, brake check again, trying to get a whip action. One wheel stoppie into the moonwalk and a wheelie combo. I don't know how he pulled that one off, but he did. See the drive shaft working right onto the nose. Now he's crawling it backwards. Unbelievable save, bounced it, keeps it back on a moonwalk and lands it down. This is as technical a freestyle run as you will see. And he's trying to blow the smoke, but it looks like a sprinkler in there. 8.640 as we take a look at this original super glue glued to the action replay. This comes down all the way across the pod. Here he catches it in the stoppie, gets right into a moonwalk, great awareness, and then comes back into a wheelie. Our final competitor is the current overall event leader, Dalton Widener in Jurassic Attack. He led Weston Anderson by 2 points coming into freestyle. Weston currently in second, so Dalton needs to finish no lower than third to win the event championship. Bernard Lyght hoping that he finishes lower than first so he can get a freestyle win here. Dalton Widener came into the sport not too long ago, back in 2022, competed with Team Throttle Monster. Competed on the independent circuit as well. Found a home with Team Throttle Monster, finds a home on the backflip ramp, but he can't land it. Take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay, just goes too far off to the right. And that was ultimately the difference. He landed it right across from that ramp. And unfortunately, the breakdance ending did not happen, 7.477. And that will end his hopes of an overall event championship. As we look at our BKT overall point standings, Weston Anderson, based on the freestyle score, will win the event. Dalton Widener finishes in second, Bernard Lyght in third, Frank Krimmel in fourth, Armando Castro in fifth. Let's head down to the track with Sinquel Davis and the overall event champion, Gravediggers, Weston Anderson.
Congratulations to your overall event champion, Weston Anderson. Weston, this is now your third overall event championship of the weekend. How does it feel to take home yet another win?
It feels great. You know, it just goes to show you don't have to win every competition. I got to give a shout out to Dalton Widener, though. He was consistent all night. I feel like his freestyle score was a little bit low. I think he should have had this trophy in his hand tonight. But, you know, you can't argue with the scoring. So, hey, that's just how it went. I'm sorry, Dalton. This one was yours, buddy.
How does it feel to know that the fans showed up for you?
It feels great, you know. Sometimes it feels good, sometimes it doesn't. Like I said, Dalton should have had this, but you Pittsburgh fans have been nothing but good to me all weekend. Hey, I told you guys whenever I won the donut contest, I was gonna come out here and drive that Gravedigger truck into the ground, and I did just that. Hey, Pittsburgh, did y'all have fun or what? Come on, make some noise!
Thank you, Sinquel. It has been a dominant weekend for Gravedigger as Weston wins his third overall event championship here in Pittsburgh. He will continue on as the series points leader on a quest for back-to-back series championships and another trip to World Finals in Nashville. It's been an action-packed day here at the PPG Paints Arena. Make sure you follow us on social media at Monster Jam. And for the latest news and updates for all things sports related, you can also go to monsterjam.com. For Sinquel Davis and everyone in Monster Jam, thanks for joining us here in Pittsburgh. I'm Scott Jordan. I will see you right here next time on Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master.